The curse of the Cyclops Eye for centuries. Sailors whispered tales of the Aegean's most treacherous isle, the Isle of the Blinding Gaze, a place shrouded in mist and fear, home to a secret long forgotten and a curse patiently waiting. Our story begins not with heroes of legend, but with a humble fishing crew led by the grizzled captain. Lykos, a brutal storm, unlike any they had ever witnessed, had driven them far off course, pushing their fragile vessel towards the dreaded blinding gaze. Shipwrecked and desperate, they had no choice but to venture inland. The island was a labyrinth of jagged cliffs and echoing caves. Within one such cavern, gleaming with an unnatural light, they found it. It was enormous, the size of a man's head, perfectly smooth and polished, and glowed with an unsettling cerulean light. It was the legendary Cyclops Eye, not the eye of a monster, but a fabled jewel said to hold immense power, an artifact rumored to have been torn from the brow of a vengeful earth spirit. Lykos, driven by a fisherman's instinct for a valuable catch and perhaps a touch of hubris, ignored his crew's fearful pleas. He seized the eye. In that instant, the air crackled. A chilling whisper, seemingly from the very stone, slithered into his mind. You have taken that which does not belong. For every gaze you cast upon this world, a gaze of sorrow shall return. Lykos scoffed. A curse. Nonsense. He returned to his village, the Cyclops Eye hidden amongst his meager treasures. At first, all seemed well. But then, subtle changes began. His beloved wife, who once met his gaze with warmth, now looked upon him with an inexplicable sadness, her eyes often filled with tears she couldn't explain. His children, once joyful, grew strangely melancholic in his presence. The curse began to manifest in every aspect of his life. Every successful fishing trip was followed by a disastrous one. Every blossoming crop withered. Every joyful gathering turned somber when he was near. It was as if his very presence, his gaze, cast a shadow of sorrow upon everything he held dear. He sought out healers, priests, anyone who could explain the creeping despair that followed him. None could. The whisper returned, louder now, a constant torment. A gaze of sorrow shall return. Lykos realized the terrible truth. The Cyclops Eye wasn't just a gem. It was a mirror of despair. For every moment of his life he gazed upon with contentment. The curse ensured a reflection of pain and loss. His own happiness, his own hopes, were being turned against him. He was not cursed to feel sorrow, but to inflict it, unknowingly, upon those he loved and the world he cherished. Driven to desperation, Lykos knew there was only one way to break the curse. He had to return the eye. But the island now seemed to resist him. Its mists thicker, its currents fiercer. The journey was a battle against unseen forces. With every ounce of his remaining strength, Lykos fought his way back to the cavern. The eye pulsed furiously in his hand, as if resisting its return. But Lykos was resolute. With a final, agonizing effort, he placed the gem back in its resting place. The malevolent glow flickered, then dimmed, and finally extinguished. A profound stillness, a sense of peace, descended upon the island. Lykos returned a changed man. The creeping despair lifted. His wife's eyes met his with warmth once more. His children laughed. The village prospered. The curse was broken. The Cyclops Eye remained on the Isle of the Blinding Gaze, a potent reminder that some treasures are not meant to be possessed, and that true curses often stem from what we take, not what we are given. And for those who still sail the Aegean, the whispers persist. Beware the Isle of the Blinding Gaze. For the eye slumbers, waiting for another fool to awaken its sorrowful curse.